Hello everyone. Welcome back to Naruto Fix. Today we have another interesting what if Naruto story. Which is what if Naruto trusted Sakura Haruno, but she was hiding the truth. Part 1. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoy this content. Now, without wasting any time, let's begin. The night felt wrong. Not dangerous. Not loud. Just off. Konoha was quiet, but not the peaceful kind of quiet, the kind that hides something. Standing on the edge of the village, Naruto Uzumaki looked up at the sky, his instincts sharper than usual. After everything he had been through, he had learned one thing clearly. When things feel calm for no reason, something is about to break. You're thinking too much again. The voice came from behind him. Soft. Familiar. Naruto turned. And there she was. Sakura Haruno. Smiling. Just like always. Maybe. Naruto replied, scratching the back of his head slightly. But something feels weird. Sakura stepped closer. It's been peaceful for once. A pause. Isn't that what you wanted? Naruto smiled faintly. Yeah, but that smile didn't fully reach his eyes. Because deep down, he couldn't shake the feeling. Something was wrong. Sakura noticed. Of course she did. She always did. You trust me, right? She asked suddenly. Naruto blinked. Of course I do. No hesitation. No doubt. Because if there was one person Naruto never questioned, it was her. Sakura smiled again. Then don't worry. That should have been enough. It should have calmed him down. But for some reason, it didn't. And that was the first crack. Days passed. Everything stayed normal. Too normal. Missions were smooth. Reports were clean. No threats. No danger. Even Kakashi Hatake began to notice. This isn't natural, he muttered one day. Because peace doesn't stay perfect. Not in the shinobi world. Naruto, meanwhile, kept watching. Not openly. Not suspiciously. Just carefully. And slowly, he started noticing things. Small things. Sakura disappearing at odd times. Conversations stopping when he walked in. And most importantly, a look. A look she thought no one noticed. But Naruto did. Because it wasn't the Sakura he knew. It wasn't warmth. It wasn't confidence. It was guilt. Why would she feel guilty? Naruto whispered to himself. That question didn't leave him. One night, Naruto followed her. Not because he didn't trust her. But because he trusted her too much to ignore this. Sakura moved quietly through the village, avoiding main paths, heading toward a place that wasn't used anymore. Old. Abandoned. Naruto stayed hidden. Careful. Because now, this wasn't just curiosity. This was something real. Sakura stopped. And then, she spoke. You shouldn't be here. Naruto froze. Because she wasn't talking to him. She was talking to someone else. From the shadows, a figure stepped forward. Unknown. Dangerous. We're running out of time, the figure said. Sakura's expression changed. No smile. No warmth. Just seriousness. I know. Naruto's heart dropped slightly. Because that voice. That tone. He had never heard it from her before. Is Naruto still unaware? The figure asked. Sakura hesitated. Just for a second. Yes. Quote. That one word hit harder than any attack. Because it meant she was hiding something from him. Naruto clenched his fist slightly. Not out of anger, but confusion. Because he trusted her completely. And now, that trust was cracking. The figure stepped closer. Then it's almost time. Sakura looked down slightly. Yeah. A pause. Almost. Naruto's breathing slowed. Because now, He understood one thing clearly. Whatever was happening, Sakura was part of it. And she didn't want him to know. Naruto stepped forward, not hiding anymore, not waiting. Sakura. Her eyes widened instantly. Naruto. Silence. Because everything had just been exposed. Naruto looked at her. Not angry. Not shouting. Just serious. What's going on? That question carried everything. Trust. Doubt. Pain. Sakura didn't answer immediately. Because now, she had to choose. Tell him the truth. Or continue the lie. And that choice would change everything. For a moment, no one moved. The air itself felt tight, like even the night was waiting for Sakura to speak. Sakura Haruno stood frozen, her eyes locked on Naruto, and for the first time in years, she didn't know what to say. That alone told Naruto everything. Naruto Uzumaki didn't step closer. He didn't raise his voice. He didn't even look at the stranger beside her. Because right now, only one thing mattered. Say something, Naruto said quietly. Not demanding. Not angry. Just asking. And that made it worse. Sakura clenched her fist slightly. Naruto. She stopped. Because there was no easy version of the truth. The unknown figure shifted slightly, stepping back into the shadows, clearly aware that this wasn't their moment anymore. Naruto noticed, but didn't stop him. Because his focus never left Sakura. Were you going to tell me? Naruto asked. Sakura looked down. And that silence was the answer. Naruto exhaled slowly. So you weren't. A pause. Why? That question wasn't about the secret. It was about trust. Sakura finally looked up. Her eyes weren't cold. They weren't distant. They were conflicted. Because if I told you, she said softly, you would have tried to stop it. Naruto frowned slightly. Stop what? Another pause. Longer this time. Because now, there was no going back. Naruto. Sakura said quietly. Konoha isn't as safe as you think. Quote. That line shifted everything. Naruto's expression changed. Not shocked. Focused. Explain. Sakura took a slow breath. There's something happening inside the village. A pause. Something even the Hokage doesn't fully know about. Quote. Naruto's eyes narrowed slightly. And you're part of it. Sakura didn't deny it. Yes. That word hit harder than anything before. Because now, there was no misunderstanding. No confusion. Just truth. Naruto looked at her carefully. Are you working against Konoha? Sakura's answer came immediately. Number. Firm. Certain. I'm trying to protect it. Naruto didn't respond right away. Because that sounded familiar. Too familiar. It was the same logic people always used. When they did something dangerous. Then why hide it from me? He asked. Sakura's expression tightened slightly. Because you wouldn't agree with how it has to be done. Quote. Silence. Because that was the real problem. Not the truth. The method. Naruto stepped closer now. Not aggressively. But directly. Try me. Sakura hesitated. Because she knew. Once she said it, everything would change. We're planning something, she said slowly. Something that could stop future threats before they even begin. Naruto's eyes sharpened. That sounds like control. Sakura didn't deny it. It is. That word echoed. Because Naruto had heard it before. From people he had fought against. Naruto's voice lowered. What kind of control? Sakura looked at him. Directly now. No hiding. No hesitation. We're monitoring everyone. Quote. A pause. Every shinobi. Naruto froze slightly. Because that wasn't protection. That was surveillance. And if someone becomes a threat? Naruto asked. Sakura's silence lasted only a second this time. We deal with it. Naruto's expression hardened slightly. Before they do anything wrong. Sakura didn't look away. Yes. And that was the line. Naruto took a slow step back. Because now, he understood. This wasn't just a secret. This was a system. A plan. Something already in motion. And Sakura was part of it. You're deciding who becomes a threat, Naruto said quietly. Before they even choose anything. Quote. Sakura's voice softened slightly. We're preventing what we've already seen happen too many times. That argument made sense. That was the problem. Because it wasn't wrong. But it wasn't right either. Naruto looked at her again. This time, not just as a teammate, but as someone standing on the other side of a line. And you didn't trust me with this. Sakura's voice dropped. I trusted you too much. Quote. Naruto frowned slightly. What does that mean? Sakura answered quietly. It means I knew you'd try to stop it. Silence. Because she was right. Naruto would have. And now, he still might. The space between them felt heavier. Not with chakra, but with something harder to fix. Broken trust. And standing there, Naruto realized something. This wasn't about enemies. This wasn't about outsiders. This was inside Konoha. And the person he trusted most was part of it. Naruto exhaled slowly. Then I guess. A pause. We're not on the same side right now. Sakura didn't answer. Because she knew. That was true. And in that moment, the bond between them didn't break completely. But it changed. Into something far more complicated. And far more dangerous. Because now, Naruto had a choice. Trust her. Or stop her. And neither option would end peacefully. The silence after that didn't fade. It settled. Heavy. Unavoidable. Naruto didn't move for a few seconds, but inside, everything was shifting. The person standing in front of him was still Sakura Haruno, the same teammate who had fought beside him, trusted him, believed in him, but at the same time, she wasn't the same anymore. And that contradiction was harder to face than any enemy. Naruto Uzumaki finally spoke again, his voice quieter now, but sharper. How long? Sakura didn't pretend not to understand. A few months. Naruto's eyes narrowed slightly. And in those months, a pause. How many people have you dealt with? Sakura didn't answer immediately. That hesitation was enough. Naruto exhaled slowly. So it's already happening. Quote. Sakura stepped forward slightly. Naruto. It's not like that. Naruto raised his hand. Not aggressively. Just enough to stop her. Then explain it better. That line wasn't angry. It was controlled. And that made it more serious. Sakura's expression tightened. She realized now. There was no soft way to say this. We're not killing innocent people, she said. Naruto's voice came immediately. But you're deciding who becomes one. Quote. That hit. Because it was true. Sakura didn't deny it this time. We're preventing the next war. Naruto shook his head slightly. By controlling everyone before they even make a mistake. Sakura's voice rose just a little. By stopping people like Sasuke before they become a threat. Silence. Because that name changed everything. Naruto's expression shifted. Not anger. Not shock. Something deeper. Sasuke chose his path, Naruto said quietly. And I chose to bring him back. A pause. You're removing that choice. Sakura's voice lowered again. Because not everyone gets brought back, Naruto. That line was heavy. Because it carried truth. There were people Naruto couldn't save. People who crossed the line and never returned. Sakura stepped closer now. How many more times are you willing to risk it? Naruto didn't answer. Because that question didn't have a clean answer. Sakura continued. We're not doing this because we want control. A pause. We're doing this because no one else can stop what's coming. Naruto looked at her carefully. What's coming? Quote. Sakura hesitated again. But this time, it wasn't about hiding the system. It was about something bigger. There's information we found, she said slowly. About future threats. Naruto frowned. Future threats. Quote. Sakura nodded. Not guesses. Not predictions. A pause. Records. That word felt wrong. Naruto's eyes sharpened. What kind of records? Sakura looked at him. And for the first time, there was fear in her eyes. Things that haven't happened yet. Silence. Because that was impossible. That doesn't make sense, Naruto said. Sakura shook her head. I know. A pause. But they're accurate. Naruto's mind started connecting things. The disappearances. The system. The urgency. So you're not just controlling people. He said slowly. You're following something. Sakura didn't deny it. Yes. Naruto stepped back slightly. Because now, this wasn't just a moral problem. This was something else entirely. Who gave you this? He asked. Sakura's silence returned. But this time, it wasn't hesitation. It was caution. You're not ready for that part, she said quietly. Naruto's expression hardened. Try me. Sakura shook her head. If I tell you. A pause. You won't just try to stop me. Her eyes met his directly. You'll become part of the problem. That line changed everything. Because it meant, whatever this was, went beyond just Konoha. Naruto stood still. The situation had shifted again. This wasn't just Sakura making a bad choice. This was Sakura following something. Something she believed in enough to risk losing him. Naruto exhaled slowly. Then I guess. A pause. I have no choice. Sakura's eyes widened slightly. Naruto. But he didn't stop. If I don't understand what you're dealing with. A step forward. Then I can't trust you anymore. Silence. Because that was the breaking point. Not anger. Not betrayal. But loss of trust. And once that was gone, nothing stayed the same. Sakura looked at him. Not as an enemy. But no longer fully as an ally either. Then what are you going to do? She asked. Naruto's answer came calmly. Find out the truth. A pause. Even if I have to go through you. The wind moved again. But this time, it carried tension. Because now, this wasn't just a secret anymore. This was the beginning of a conflict. Between two people, who used to trust each other completely. And that made it far more dangerous than any war. The tension didn't break. It tightened. Like something invisible had locked into place between them. Naruto didn't step back this time. He stepped forward. Not aggressively. Not emotionally. But with intent. Naruto Uzumaki looked at Sakura with a calm that didn't belong to arguments. It belonged to decisions already forming. Then start from the beginning, he said. Sakura didn't move. Didn't answer. Because she knew. Once she started, there was no going back. We found it during a mission, Sakura Haruno said finally, her voice quieter now, more controlled. Naruto stayed silent. An old archive, buried deeper than any classified Anbu records. A pause. Something that wasn't supposed to exist. Naruto frowned slightly. What kind of archive? Sakura's eyes lowered just a little. One that records events. A pause. Before they happen. Silence. Because that still didn't make sense. Naruto shook his head slightly. That's not possible. Sakura nodded. I know. A pause. But we tested it. Naruto's expression sharpened. Tested how? Sakura hesitated. But this time, she didn't stop. Small things first. Missions, movements, decisions. A pause. Everything matched. Naruto felt something shift inside him. Because this wasn't just theory anymore. And then, he asked. Sakura's voice lowered further. Then we saw bigger things. A pause. Attacks that haven't happened yet. Betrayals that haven't occurred. People who will become threats. Each word made the air heavier. Naruto's eyes narrowed. So you're acting on something that hasn't even happened. Sakura nodded slowly. Because it will happen. Naruto's voice hardened slightly. That's not certainty. Quote. A step forward. That's assumption. Sakura shook her head. Number. A pause. It's inevitability. That word was dangerous. Because once something becomes inevitable, choice disappears. Naruto stared at her. Who else knows? Sakura didn't answer immediately. A few. Naruto's gaze sharpened. Names. Sakura looked at him directly. People you trust. That answer was worse than any list. Because it meant this wasn't isolated. This was inside Konoha. Deep inside. Naruto clenched his fist slightly. Not out of anger, but realization. And Kakashi? He asked. Sakura shook her head. He suspects something. A pause. But not this. Naruto exhaled slowly. Because now, he understood the scale. This wasn't just a plan. This was a hidden system operating under the village itself. And Sakura was part of it. Why you? Naruto asked quietly. Sakura blinked slightly. What? Why are you involved? Naruto clarified. A pause. Why not someone else? Sakura's expression changed. Not defensive. Not proud. Just honest. Because I understood it. Naruto didn't react. And because I agreed with it. That answer cut deeper than anything else. Because this wasn't manipulation. This wasn't force. This was choice. Sakura chose this. Naruto looked away for a second. Processing that. Because that meant he couldn't just save her from it. And if the archive is wrong? Naruto asked. Sakura didn't hesitate. It hasn't been. Naruto's voice lowered. Yet. Silence. Because that possibility still existed. Naruto stepped back slightly. Where is it? Sakura froze. Because now, this wasn't just conversation anymore. This was movement. Naruto. She said slowly. Don't do this. Naruto's eyes met hers. Then stop me. That line wasn't a threat. It was a truth. Because from this point on, their paths were separating. Sakura clenched her fists. Not attacking. Not retreating. But deciding. If you go after it, she said quietly, you'll be stepping into something you can't control. Naruto didn't hesitate. Then I'll learn how. The wind picked up. Not violently. But steadily. Because now, the situation had changed again. This wasn't about trust anymore. This was about truth. And Naruto was moving toward it. Even if it meant going through Sakura. Even if it meant breaking what was left between them. And as he turned slightly ready to leave, Sakura spoke one last time. If you find it. Naruto stopped. You might not come back the same. Naruto didn't turn. Then I guess. A pause. We'll see who's right. Quote. And with that, he walked forward. Not as a friend. Not as a teammate. But as someone searching for the truth. No matter the cost. Behind him. Sakura didn't stop him. Because deep down, she knew. This was inevitable too. And somewhere, far beyond what either of them understood, Something was already waiting, watching. Because Naruto had just stepped into the real game. Naruto didn't look back. He couldn't. Because if he did, even for a second, he might hesitate. And hesitation was something he couldn't afford anymore. Naruto Uzumaki moved through the village silently, not hiding, not rushing, but aware. Every step felt heavier now, not because of danger, but because of what he had just learned. Konoha wasn't just hiding something. It was running something. Behind him, far enough to remain unseen but close enough to act, Sakura Haruno stood still, her hands slightly clenched. She didn't follow. But she didn't walk away either. Because now, she had her own decision to make. Back in the shadows of that abandoned area, the unknown figure stepped forward again. You let him go, the figure said. Sakura didn't deny it. I couldn't stop him. A pause. And I'm not sure I should. The figure tilted their head slightly. That's not part of the plan. Sakura's eyes narrowed just a little. Neither is lying to him forever. Quote. Silence. Because that answer didn't align with the system anymore. You're getting attached, the figure said coldly. Sakura didn't respond immediately. Number, she said quietly. I'm remembering what this is supposed to protect. Quote. The figure didn't argue. But something about the air changed. Slightly colder. Then be careful, the figure replied. Because if he interferes. A pause. He becomes part of the problem. Sakura's expression tightened. But she didn't answer. Because she already knew. Meanwhile, Naruto reached the center of the village. Everything looked normal. Too normal. Shinobi moving. Civilians talking. Life continuing. But now, Naruto saw it differently. Patterns. Timing. Subtle coordination. This isn't random, he muttered. Because the more he looked, the more it felt controlled. Not obviously. Not forcibly. But quietly. Like something was guiding everything from behind the scenes. Naruto stopped. Because he felt it. Not chakra. Not presence. But observation. Someone was watching him. He didn't turn. Didn't react. But inside, he became alert. So it's already started, he thought. A faint shift in the air confirmed it. They knew. And they were letting him move. That alone was dangerous. Because it meant one thing. He wasn't chasing the truth. He was being led to it. Naruto continued walking. But now, every step was calculated. Because this wasn't just investigation anymore. This was a game. And he had just entered it. Deep underground. Far below Konoha. A hidden chamber remained silent. Ancient. Sealed. And in the center, something glowed faintly. Not chakra. Not energy. Something else. A structure. Covered in symbols that didn't belong to any known language. And around it, shadows moved. Watching. Waiting. He's moving faster than expected, one voice said. Another replied calmly. Of course he is. A pause. It's Naruto. Silence followed. Because that name still meant something. Should we intervene? A third voice asked. The first voice answered. Number. A pause. Let him come. Because this was part of it too. Back above, Naruto stopped again. Right in front of the Hokage building. He looked up at it. Not with doubt. Not with confusion. But with realization. If this is happening, he whispered, it's happening from here too. Because no system this large could exist without reaching the top. Naruto stepped forward, not hesitating anymore. Because now, he wasn't just searching. He was closing in. And somewhere deep below, that hidden structure pulsed slightly. As if responding. As if recognizing. That Naruto Uzumaki was getting closer. And whatever truth waited there was no longer hidden. It was waiting for him. Naruto pushed the doors open. Not forcefully. Not dramatically. Just directly. The inside of the Hokage building felt the same as always. Organized, calm, filled with quiet movement. But now, Naruto Uzumaki didn't see routine. He saw structure. Every step someone took, every glance, every pause, all of it felt aligned. So it's not just Sakura, he thought. This was bigger. Much bigger. Naruto walked through the halls without stopping, ignoring the curious looks, the slight tension that follow. Him. People could feel something was different, but no one dared to question it. Because it was Naruto. And that still meant something. At the end of the hallway. A familiar door. The Hokage's office. Naruto stopped in front of it. For a moment. Just a moment. He hesitated. Because if he opened this door, there was no going back. Then, he knocked once. Come in. The voice was calm. Familiar. Naruto opened the door. Inside stood Kakashi Hatake, looking up from his desk, his single visible eye observing Naruto carefully. You don't usually knock, Kakashi said lightly. Naruto didn't smile. We need to talk. Kakashi's expression shifted slightly. Because that tone wasn't casual. About what? Naruto stepped inside, closed the door behind him. About what's happening in this village. Silence. Because that line wasn't vague. It was direct. Kakashi leaned back slightly. That could mean a lot of things. Naruto's gaze didn't waver. Then I'll make it simple. A pause. Are you part of it? That question cut through everything. Kakashi didn't answer immediately. And that pause was dangerous. Naruto's eyes sharpened. You know something. Kakashi exhaled slowly. I know enough to know something's wrong. Naruto frowned slightly. But not what it is. Kakashi shook his head. Not fully. That answer felt real. Naruto watched him closely. Because if Kakashi was lying, he would see it. But this time, he didn't. Then listen carefully, Naruto said. And for the first time, he told someone everything. Sakura. The system. The monitoring. The archive. Every detail. Kakashi didn't interrupt. Didn't react outwardly. But inside, everything was shifting. When Naruto finished, silence filled the room. Because this was bigger than either of them expected. An archive that predicts the future, Kakashi muttered. Not dismissing it. Thinking. And people inside Konoha acting on it. A pause. Without informing the Hokage. Quote. That part was serious. Naruto stepped forward. This isn't just hidden. It's controlled. Kakashi nodded slowly. Which means someone with authority is allowing it. Naruto's eyes narrowed. Or leading it. Silence. Because now, the situation had escalated again. This wasn't just a secret group. This was something embedded in the system itself. Kakashi stood up. If what you're saying is true. A pause. Then we're already behind. Naruto didn't hesitate. Then we catch up. Kakashi looked at him carefully. You're planning to go after it. Naruto didn't deny it. Yes. Kakashi's expression hardened slightly. Then you won't be doing it alone. Naruto blinked slightly. You're coming with me. Kakashi gave a faint nod. If this is happening under my watch. A pause. Then it's my responsibility. That answer changed something. Because now, Naruto wasn't alone in this. But that didn't make it easier. It made it more dangerous. Naruto turned toward the window slightly. It's underground. Kakashi's eye narrowed. You're sure? Naruto nodded. I can feel it. Not chakra. Something else. A pull. Kakashi walked toward the door. Then let's not waste time. Naruto followed. And as they stepped out of the office, neither of them noticed a shadow moving across the wall behind them. Silent. Watching. Because they weren't the only ones making a move. Deep underground. That hidden structure pulsed again. Stronger this time. As if reacting to Naruto's presence. As if preparing. Because the moment Naruto reached it, everything would change. Not just for him. Not just for Sakura. But for the entire shinobi world. And somewhere in the darkness, a voice whispered, "He's coming." And this time, no one planned to stop him. "Thank you."